Alrighty guys, looks like this is working. What a day. I've had a pretty bummer of a day, but I'm out here relieving some stress right now. So I was working on this. Now from the other picture, this is going to look like different chamber work and different base work because I adjusted a few things. The base is showing some scratches in here from where I fine-tuned it in with some sandpaper to get my desired squish. I was after 25, 26. I got it down to 27. I'm pretty happy with that. I just didn't feel like chucking it back up in the lathe. And then up inside the combustion chamber, it looks a little rougher than it was, because when I cut the the taper up in there, the tool must have slipped or something happened and it got off just a little bit, and when I would slide the piston in, you could actually feel it tunk in, and then you could tip it upside down and it would stay there. So I used a flat stone with my Dremel and lube, and I went in there and just worked that edge back all the way around. I stayed above where the ring rides, so I didn't want to damage the Nikasil below the ring. And I got it, fitting desirably. The piston, I did give it a little bit of bevel just to ensure that if that stone didn't quite, meet up square to square, if it was a little bit more blunty, so I blunted the end of this. Now I lightened this piston up as much as I could with the lightweight wrist pin and the rings I got. This piston weighs 70 grams. I wanted 65, but it is what it is. But I took material out up in here. You can see the little dog bone that I went in there and cut out. I took material here. I opened the windows. I took a little bit off the edge here, and I didn't measure to know how much I actually took off this piston, but I was after a desired weight to begin with, which was 65 grams, and I'm scared if I cut any more in any other places out of here that I'm just going to structurally compromise this piston, and I don't want that. So we're gonna roll with the 5 grams overweight that I wanted or didn't want. 70's still not that bad. So here's the port work. There's the exhaust. There's the extra wide lowers. There's the uppers, the lunged intake. These have a funky shape to the intake anyway, so they are what they are. But the exhaust is at 102. I did widen it a little bit wider, but not much. You can see here. And then I did widen the intake just a wee bit, not much. And the intake's sitting at 76, the exhaust is at 102, and the transfers are sitting at 120, and the squish is 27. So that's what I chose to go with. I'm going to try to get this buttoned up and glued together tonight so it can sit overnight. I got to gasket match my gasket and the muffler yet, and everything else is pretty much washed on this thing. It's turned out pretty decent. I've not changed the crank seals on this, as this saw showed no evidence of an air leak whatsoever on any of the parts I took out of it, so I'm going to chance it to try to run it with the OEM seals that are still in it from, I don't know if it's factory or if maybe it's been worked on before. Does have quite a bit of gasket sticking up between the cases, so maybe somebody's done case work on it before, I don't know. But saw no evidence. If there are OEM seals in there, I'll chance it. I do have a set of red, I think they're red colored Farmer Tech ones. If there is a minor air leak, these things aren't that bad to tear back down. Tear the two sides off and throw the seals, pop the old ones out and throw the new ones in. Everything feels really good on it. Connecting rod's nice and tight. So I'm gonna roll with it, but I just thought I'd share the build process of it here so far. So I'm gonna shut you guys off, and I'm gonna work on putter on this thing a little bit more, and then hopefully in a day or so I can get time and get back out here. Maybe I can get the thing together and running for you. You guys take it easy and have a good one.